Hello everyone, it's Leo, and in this video, this is what we're gonna check out. Animage, You and Idol PreCure, the movie edition. This edition of Animage that I got in Japan. No, can I say I got this in Japan? I tried to find it while I was there, and I couldn't. And I found it in the duty-free shop while I was in the Narita airport. I don't know if this is still considered. I mean, technically it is Japan, but when you enter and you showed your passport, is it still considered a country? I don't even know. Legally, I don't know. But I got this in a duty-free shop in the Narita airport. It comes with a beautiful clear file. Look at this. And this magazine has a very nice and not one, but more than one article related to the PreCure movie. There are interviews, there are lots of interesting things, which is what we're going to check out in this video. And one of the things that we're going to check in this video is related to Pera, who is the original character, and I even got her acrylic while I was there as well in the theater shop. And I got her acrylic after I watched the movie because I loved her so much that I needed this acrylic. So we're going to check out this interview. This interview is a little bit long, so this video might end up being a little bit long as well. I have the movie booklet here, so I can use it if I need help illustrating certain stuff from the movie as well. So let's start this interview by checking out the interview with Minagawa Hibiki, who is the movie producer. So, while one of the things that this producer wanted to show in this movie is performances, since they have said that You and Idol features idols as the theme. So they wanted to showcase lavish live performances that look spectacular on screen. And one of the things they wanted to do was create a movie that kids could root and cheer for the characters. And this is something that really happens in this movie that you can really see and understand. So, Minagawa Hibiki also works as an assistant producer on the TV show, on the TV anime for You and Idol as well. And so they say that while they were writing the ideas for the movie, they wrote a proposal and submitted this proposal to Takashi Washio, the boss. And so because of this proposal, they were chosen to be the producer of the movie. And they say that the TV show, You and Idol, it only allows for performances that range between 40 to 50 seconds. And so in the movie, they have more time for more performances. And so he wanted the live performances in the movie to be longer than that. And so that was part of the proposal as well. And so while they were writing this plea, they said that they asked for Ogawa Koji, the director, and Yoshino Hiroyuki, the screenplay for this movie. They asked for a very heartwarming story. They wanted this story to make people cry. They wanted this to be a movie that had the story that would make people cry. And they also wanted to include lots of music. And I can say that they were really able to include lots of music in this movie. And so there is a theme song called Hibiki ao Uta, and but they say that they also wanted them to include other songs, other performances, other moments, other musical moments. And one of the things that they really wanted to do was have the characters perform the opening for You and Idol PreCure, and that happens in the movie as well. That's a lot of fun. They said that the idea of the Island setting came from Yoshino and Yoshino Hiroyuki, who is the screenplay. We're going to check out another interview with him soon. And the idea is because corals are vibrant and beautiful, and they are easy to incorporate with the story. And related to the special appearances for this movie, both Hirogaru and Wonderful, here's what they had to say. Both Hirogaru and Wonderful PreCure were decided early on to be guest appearances in this movie. And the reason is because of what Minagawa had to say. Wonderful PreCure members are from last year, so they are still fresh in the children's memories, and they would enjoy it. And Hirogaru was chosen because of a specific reason. Hirogaru Sky PreCure was the 20th anniversary of the PreCure franchise, and the Hirogaru season is considered to be a gateway for two. One of them is older PreCure fans who left the PreCure franchise for some reason and then decided to return through Hirogaru Sky PreCure, and two, the children who watched Hirogaru Sky PreCure live on TV. So this is Hirogaru is this gateway for former viewers who reconnected with the PreCure franchise because it was celebrating 20 years, and also the children. So it was a nice way to incorporate this into the movie. So they went with both of the seasons. The returning seasons had to be familiar for people. So Hirogaru and Wonderful. Very easy. So now talking a little bit about the original characters, talking about Tera, the queen of this movie. Girl, you guys are not ready for this character. She is amazing. So Tera is the tsundere type of character, and she initially appears as an idol hater. So she says things that might seem a little bit negative towards kids who actually like the idol PreCure. So they had to be very careful when crafting her character. She cannot make the viewers, the children, feel unwelcome in the movie. That is why she has to always come off as somehow endearing, with her caring side appearing even though it's not the main trait of her character. And the interviewer even asks, since Tera does not like idols, there might be some children who don't care about idols or even don't like idols as well, right? So can she be the representative of that sentiment? And Minagawa says that they hope that it turns out that way. And in the TV series For You and Idol, the characters generally like idols. Like the world likes idols. And we do not have a sentiment like Tera in the show. So they decided to create this character having this feeling to represent this, but they decided to put it in the movie. And it was also a way of showcasing the appeal of idol PreCure through Tera's perspective. Very nice. And then they talk about the other movie original character, who is Amas, the goddess, who's also another amazing character. And Amas is a goddess who protects the island from calamity. She's a very powerful being. And this is established very early on in the movie. And even someone who dedicates themselves so completely to others must harbor something deep within her heart. So this is a key part of the story. Very, very nice, right? Another thing that is very special about this movie is Cure Idol's power-up form, Goddess Idol Style. And Minagawa said that regarding Goddess Idol Style, they made a few requests to Itaoka, who is the character designer, and Itaoka is the one who created this amazing design. So Minagawa asked Itaoka to create a design with an idol costume that allows for comfortable singing and dancing. So the skirt shouldn't be long, it should allow for lots of movement, and we can really see this in the movie because she performs a lot with this costume. It's really, really beautiful. And so one of the things that Minagawa wanted this movie to showcase is the power of performances. And they even said that one of the things about this is that children usually are not able to go to live concerts, or going to a concert might be a little overwhelming for a kid. So going to a movie theater and experiencing concerts is a very nice way of experiencing this. So they wanted to create this scenario in which a child could go to a movie theater, but it would feel like they were going to a live concert with the amount of performances this movie has. Really amazing. Now we move on to another interview, also from Animage, this time with Ogawa Koji, the director of this movie. So let's check out what Ogawa had to say about You and Idol PreCure, the movie, starting with the first question, which was, what kind of discussion did you have with Yoshino and the other project members during the pre-production phase? Ogawa said that he explained that he wanted the film to depict the necessity of the with you element in the work's title and the inclusion of idol in the PreCure name. He felt that if we could weave the with you part into a concrete story, it would be a compelling story. And the story ended up becoming a story about supporting idols. And Ogawa said that that ended up being the case, and that is why they created the character of Tera. Why did they bring Tera to this story, according to Ogawa? He said, even if someone who isn't interested in idols watches this movie, the structure of this movie has to be enjoyable for them as well. And he believes that most people who will watch this movie are people who like idols, but maybe there are some people who are PreCure fans who don't like idols. So they also need to enjoy this movie as well. Another question was related to Island, and Ogawa explained why they decided to create this setting for the movie. And they said that Island is the first thing that they decided was to create a festival, and the idea was to create a big, beautiful venue, which was a stage. And Ogawa had something in mind. Do you know a place called Ibiza in Spain? Ibiza is the capital of EDM, techno, electronic music festivals. And Ibiza is a very beautiful place, and it holds the biggest festivals related to electronic music, and they're huge. They are like big. And Ibiza was the first idea that Ogawa envisioned in his mind. He thought of Ibiza while thinking about the setting for You and Idol. And he said, that was the first thing he envisioned while thinking of the setting for this movie. He said he'd never been to Ibiza, but he thinks it's important for movies to feature places that are beautiful and that make the viewers think, oh my god, I want to go there. And so Yoshino, who is another member who did the screenplay of the movie, came up with the idea of the corals. And so they went to the idea of a South Pacific island for the movie. It's very nice to know that Ibiza was like the first idea that they had for this. It's kind of funny, actually. And so this is a place in which it is inhabited by coral fairies, different from the human world. And we can even see some coral fairies here in some promo pictures, and they appear everywhere in the movie. There are other characters that are kind of relevant that ended up not appearing in promos. There's one that is called Midori, who is a green lady, and she's very important for the movie, and she ended up not being part of the promos. And so they said that the idea here is to create those fairies, that they are colorful people, and they wanted to bring this idea of colorfulness to this world that is not human, and that would also be something interesting. And then related to how the movie is set up with the characters separated, he wanted the idea to be a setting in which PreCure can be open PreCure. So like they wanted a scenario in which there was no issue if Uta had to transform in front of everybody. So if it's not here, if it's in another dimension, she doesn't have to hide her identity. The characters don't have to hide their identities. So this is another reason why it is in a completely different island, in a completely different universe, basically. And the idea of splitting the teams also came from this main team, most specifically Yoshino. And Yoshino came with the concept of splitting them into two teams, and Ogawa said that Minagawa was the one who proposed Uta and Maruran to be together, because they wanted Uta and Maruran to become friends and to show that they are really friends. So related to the designs, when it comes to Tera, Ogawa had some specific requests for Itaoka, and Ogawa said that Tera is a coral fairy. They wanted it to appear in her design, and she is a cute and charming character, but also she needed to be very red, just like the corals. She also had to have like these little horns and face paint like patterns. The hairstyle that kind of resembles dreadlocks, and this is kind of a common thing in II Island. And this was the general idea that was brought to Itaoka, and Itaoka brought in Tera as a character with this beautiful design. And one different thing related to Tera compared to the other characters from II Island is that usually in II Island, if a character is green, they're going to have green skin. If a character is purple, they're going to have purple skin. In Tera's case, they went with a little bit of a more normal color. And so she is red, but her skin isn't red. She has a skin tone that is more akin to human skin tone, to make it a little less, to make her stand out a little less from the regular characters. And he said that this is one of his favorite designs as well. And so the movie starts with the girls exploring the festival. And this first part was done by someone who is called Shinohara Kana. She is the one who did the storyboards and the direction of this first half. And Ogawa said that she perfectly captured the atmosphere of middle school girls genuinely enjoying an idol festival. And there are so many uniquely designed idols. There are so many things happening. So this is a part that you have to pay attention to, because it goes by very fast in the movie, but it's also very cool. So now let's move on to Itaoka, the character designer for this movie. Let's hear what he had to say. Itaoka said that he starts the interview by saying that he wasn't offered the role in the movie as for the character designer in the movie. He wasn't offered. He offered himself to do it. He basically told the staff, I want to do it. He wanted to work in this movie. So he said that when he learned that Ogawa was going to be the director, he said that Ogawa is the director he always wanted to work with. So he basically raised his hand and said, I want to do it, even though he didn't know he was going to be chosen. But he ended up being chosen for this movie. And for Tera specifically, let's hear what he had to say. Ogawa had some notes by saying light clothing, Polynesian style ethnic costumes, and so he designed according to what he was given and giving his personal touches as well. Uh, there was only one specific explicit request that was tsundere. And he said that he also had to make it clear that Tera is part of the coral tribe. So he added coral like horns, face painted style patterns, clothes with coral patterns as well. And so, one other thing that is interesting to think about is that there was no set hairstyle, hair length. So, Itaoka was the one who decided that Tera would have short hair. Very nice, right? And in terms of the other character, Amas, Itaoka said that Amas is based on a Japanese deity, and so he went to traditional Japanese attire, added a halo and a feathered robe to make her look like a deity. And he also said that Utanana and Kokoro, they also have original designs for this movie, original costumes. And Itaoka was not the one who created those costumes for them. What they did was they got part of the staff from this movie. They chose specifically the young women for that were already part of the staff, and they asked them to coordinate the outfits of the characters. And so those women were the ones who chose the costumes for Uta, for Nana, and for Kokoro. Itaoka, after seeing the coordinated outfits for each of the characters, adapted them into the drawing style. And he said that after it was finished, he got lots of compliments by saying that the designs are great, the costumes are great. But he said, like, girl, it wasn't me who did it. So it really shows why they had to have women choosing those costumes, because they would not be able to pull this off at all. And so this is another interesting part related to Ogawa Koji and why he wanted to work with him. He said that Ogawa and Itaoka have always been close. They even go out by having dinner together. And so they talk a lot about work too. And they share lots of philosophies related to work. And they prioritize the same things while working. One of those things is time management directly impacts quality. And so one of the things that they don't do while they're working is not letting work pile up on your desk. So it's a common problem in the anime industry, but this is something that both of them don't do, and so their work flow perfectly. This is one of the reasons why they like working together. What else? Okay, so this is another moment that was very iconic in the movie. You guys are going to see it soon, which is something that Itaoka highlights. One of the questions was, from your perspective, what aspects of Ogawa's direction should we pay special attention to in this production? Itaoka says that there is one scene in the movie that Uta sings a cappella at the water's edge. And when Itaoka read the storyboards for this scene, he was really emotional. And he said that Ogawa was very proud of how well that scene turned out. And so he was bragging about the storyboard and how beautiful it was. And so when the key animation came in, Itaoka saw it and thought, this is going to make people cry. And he says that the animation quality is really above average. And the animation supervision check went smoothly. And he tried to preserve the animation strength as much as possible. And the animation from this scene specifically is out of this world. And like, this is not part of the interview. It's just me saying that this scene was my favorite from the movie. And there were people crying at this moment, really. Like, it's really, really incredible. It's not this scene. Like, this shot is not from the scene specifically. This is a promo shot that does not really happen in the movie, but it happens more or less like this. The setting is a little different, and I have no words to explain how beautiful this scene was. It was out of this world. It was out of this world. It's like one of the best PreCure movie scenes ever. Like, really, really nice. And now he said that oh no, not this. Goddess idol style. So Itaoka says that he did this before he designed Amas, and he says that he created an idol dress while thinking of a shrine maiden image. The goddess idol style is basically a costume that was created by Minagawa, the producer of the movie, because he made lots of requests while asking Itaoka to do this. And it's a really, really beautiful. And Itaoka finishes the interview by saying that he has a special attachment to Tera. He says that he designed her himself, and it is one of the designs that were created from zero, because most of the designs are from characters that are already part of the movies, part of the series. But Tera was an original, and he says that he really wanted Tera to become a very popular character, and he also wants to see Tera merchandise. Itaoka, where is my Tera merch? Girl, it was right here. I don't know where I put it, but I got my Tera acrylic. Oh, it's right here. I got my Tera acrylic, Itaoka, because Tera is amazing. I'm a fan of this queen. I love her. I really, really love her. And Itaoka also says that to him, there's another climax of this movie, which is when the goddess idol style appears, and he wants people to see it. And now, last but not least, it is time for Yoshino Hiroyuki interview, which is the screenwriter, the one who did the writing for the movie. And so this is going to wrap up this video. I'm sorry this is long, but the interviews are very interesting, so I really wanted to bring it here. So Yoshino Hiroyuki says that he wanted to have lots of idols in this movie. So unfortunately, he could not have idols doing music, but he wanted idols to appear. And since the island features lots of people from different dimensions, the idols did not have to be humans. So they could be different idols. That is why we have lots of different idol groups that appear. We've seen that in the trailers. We have the robot idols, the furry idols, the zombie idols, and the ant idols. They're very cute. And so the idea was very simple, and the idea of having different groups from different worlds was quickly accepted, and they didn't really have to think too much to make that. And what they wanted to do is to have a moment in the first half of the movie to make people see those idols and laugh and smile and have a good time. And he also talks about the division here of the groups. We have two pairs. One of them is Uta and Meron, the other one Nana Kokoro and Purirun. And Yoshino says that getting all five of them together would be very challenging related to a storytelling perspective. And so the TV series has already dealt with Zukun Kiss, and the story leading up to the movie, up until that point, showcased that Uta and Meron were not that close. So he decided to put both of them together in the movie to create a very interesting story. And so there's this relationship, this bumpy relationship between Uta and Meron, and it kind of appears in the movie as well. And he said, Uta is a kid who doesn't overthink things, and while he was writing her lines, he thought, oh my god, you really don't think about anything, do you? But her ability to get along with people and her constant positivity make her incredibly reliable as a driving force for the story. And that is why he paired Uta with Tera in the movie, who is a bit of a more of a negative character. And Uta tends to charge ahead when she's alone, so she needs someone by her side to call her out and bring her back to reality. And that is where Meteron comes in. And so we have that, basically that type of duo where a strong character is placed to a clueless, impulsive character, and they try to win over a tsundere. It's a pretty straightforward setup, and this is what happens in the movie as well. The Nana team is tasked with figuring out the situation. And I mean, when it comes to trying to understand what's going on, Uta is not going to be the one. So they left the puzzle solving aspect to Nana and Kokoro. And he said this, having the smart kids do smart things really helped define their characters. Very interesting, right? And so he talks a little bit more about Tera, and he says that when he created Tera, she is the type of girl who declares early on that she has no interest in idols. So Uta will have to teach her that idols really are wonderful. And they decided to make that the central theme of the movie. He also mentions that the TV series is actually a world where most people are understanding and supportive of idols. And so they thought that introducing a character who's harsh towards idols in the movie would add depth to the story. And that really happens. So this was the interview from Animage. I'm sorry, this is very long. And before we finish, I just want to talk about one thing that I did not talk about here on the channel, which is the following. UN Idol PreCure, the movie, features idols. And one day before, or 2 days before the movie was released in Japanese cinemas, they did a special screening with real idols. And they brought in lots of idols from different groups, from different idol groups, and they took pictures with Cure Idol. They participated in the movie, and I just wanted to bring it here because I have here my favorite idol group, one of my favorite idol groups, Juice Juice, and I really love them. And I just want to bring another one here because I forgot to bring them here. But Juice Juice is here, and this is my Oshi from Juice Juice, Day Day. Akari is amazing too. I love her. Akari got Cure Kiss, and Day Day got Kyun Kyun. Very nice. Let's get another one, because what happened was Day Day even did a blog post on her blog talking about the movie and everything. But there's another idol group that I'm a very big fan of that participated in the screening. Look at Juice Juice here. Where is it? Did they not record a video? Oh no. We have lots of them. Beyonds. But oh my god, did they... Oh, here. Here, look at her. My queen. This is Ruka from Wasta. Another one of my Oshis. She's my Oshi from Wasta. Look at her. She's a big fan of Meteron and Kyun Kyun. I love her. And I also brought... Where is she? Wakana from Unjermy. Because Unjermy is going to be featured in the next Idol Corner from my videos. So Wakana from Unjermy as well. I love Unjermy. Another idol group that's very nice. Lots of idol groups with lots of idols took part of this, and they shared in their personal profiles, in their blogs, by saying how much this movie impacted them. Day Day said that this movie made her want to keep on fighting even stronger as an idol. That made me very happy. And one last thing I want to show is this character right here. She has finally surfaced on the official profiles from the movie. She is an original movie character, and she has no name. In the movie, she is called Densetsu no Aidoru, Legendary Idol. So she has no specific name, but she's a very, very important character in the movie. And I just wanted to bring her here because her design is very beautiful. And she is a super important character. And her design is probably inspired by the Seiko Matsuda dresses. But I think the yellow is very interesting here because it really reminded me of this Ayumi Hamasaki music video from Sparkle, because IU starts the video with a costume that is very, very similar to the one from the Legendary Idol. This costume by IU in this music video, but from Sparkle, is inspired by Seiko Matsuda. So, you know, same inspirations for a really, really amazing character. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. Just want to say that there's another interview video for Animedia that I'm also going to bring here. But for now, this is it. I know this was very long, but I really needed to do this. Anyways, this is it. The movie is really amazing. I really hope you guys can watch it soon. I really want to watch it again. Probably next year. We're going to have the Blu-ray. We're going to have the DVD coming out. And I cannot wait to watch it again. Oh my god. This is everything. This movie is everything. Anyways, babies, this is it for now. I want to take a little time to thank the amazing Magical Cinema production team for this gorgeous content. Thank you very, very much. And also the members of the Magical Cinema channel. Thank you very, very much for your support. And if you've watched up until now, thank you so much as well. Thank you, babies. Bye-bye.